we go.
All right, fantastic. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Stolen Fires. I'm your game master, Mike Leader, and we're here to play some Fringeworthy, a role-playing game about traveling through infinite Earths on a quest to save humanity from itself. First, let's introduce our players and their characters. So, Chloe, Bob, um, Leslie, and Jim.
Hello, I am Chloe. I am playing Lola, aka Lady Platinum, a graffiti artist from New York, and now also psychic. She is currently resting in the back of a van because turns out being psychic is actually really hard.
New
Uh,
psychic powers.
I'm Bob, and I play Chewy, the resident mechanic, driver, and ex-convict, car thief.
I'm Leslie, and I play Captain Cassidy Wagner, former U.S. Air Force, current astronaut in training slash fringeworthy recruit.
I'm Jim, and I play Eric Paulson, uh, lawyer and naval officer, now assigned to this unit uh, very recently, and still trying to sort of get down with all of the craziness.
As are we all still, as are we all. So, let's see. A reminder to our viewers who may be new. A setting of Fringeworthy is about teams of humans from Earth, just like ours in the year 2008, that has gained access to a set of pathways in a walkable hyperspace that lead to an infinity of worlds like our own. So you have alternate universes, alternate planets, alternate all kinds of things. Either there's alien bases, all kinds of stuff. So our players will be investigating those, or getting involved with those, or getting shot at. Who knows? Anyway, Bob, would you like to have Chewie kick things off with a recap of our last session?
All right, all right.
And I'll step away
So,
for a second.
what's that? All right. So, we all went back to unit, right, or back to the base, and Sadie got recruited to go do training for everybody. So she's not going to get in the team, and so instead we got Eric. Eric's a new guy. He's a great big huge guy, and he's also kind of stiff because he's like from the Navy or something. And so he's kind of not understand that we are playing kind of fast and loose and just figuring this out as we go. And he expects us to do all things like like protocols and like have procedures, but we're still figuring out what those procedures are. And he's kind of having a little bit of trouble getting used to that. But we're getting in there. And he met Gerald, and Gerald and him made friends, which is cool. I mean, I like Gerald and we've been pretty good friends lately. But he's also likes Eric. Well, so that's good. That means that Eric's probably a good guy because the cat doesn't seem to like bad guys at all. So then we went on our first mission, right? And there was like lightning and stuff outside, and it was kind of crazy. But we went back to the Prime World, and we went to Prime 91 where we were before. And what we decided to do is that we're going to focus on fighting Team 3 and getting the Team 3 back. And so first, we were trying to figure out how we're going to go and do go back into the desert, which is where we found the truck, where we found the dead bodies of Team 3, but only one of the dead bodies, not all the dead bodies. And then we go, well, maybe we should go and learn some more in Australia. So Eric goes through in Australia, but he scares a lady, and so he comes back. And Lola tries to use her headband to do some stuff, but it drains her health, and she's like, "Oh, this is I'm so sad and tired." And so we said, you know what? It's been a while. Let's get some rest. So we decided to rest, and we're having weird dreams of like monsters and gnashing teeth and stuff. And Eric's keeping a watch out, and right before Eric got attacked by something with big teeth, and then fade to black, and then we're here.
You forgot about my giant burrito hand warmer
I don't remember your giant burrito hand warmer.
from the Mustafar.
Oh, that's right. We went to the planet with the volcanoes, and we got a big suppository thing that we think is full of magma.
Yes, you can also read a full synopsis of this, not spoken by Chewie, at my link tree I'll post later on. So, in case any of that was confusing or extra for some folks, you have it there. But thank you for reading that in character. I really appreciate that. You get a free reroll this session.
Ooh, ooh.
Not a reclassification of success, but a free reroll, which is still just as dang good. Okay, So when we last left our heroes, Chewie, Lola, and Cassidy were asleep and exhausted after a long day of psychic tremors and all kinds of wacky things. But you all had this dream that caused you to wake up, where you're all of a sudden you're surrounded by gnashing, grinding, sharp teeth, and then there's blood or red color in your vision, and then you all had that as you sit up. At the same time, Eric is doing his patrol in probably the most quiet place in the universe. There's no sound whatsoever except your companions snoring or breathing. That's how quiet it is out here. So you're walking around and you think you hear motion behind you, but you turn and you don't see anything. Then you hear a gnashing of teeth. And you turn again, and all of a sudden you see teeth coming at you. It's open mouth, just darkness and teeth, and then it's gone as you fall backward.
Okay. I would have had my weapon drawn and shots would have been fired.
Fantastic. So it's like burst fire or something?
No, just my pistol. Just, a few rounds.
Okay, we're gonna assume you're not aiming at a portal gate for now. So bam, 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 which will scare the bejesus out of the three of you. That'll bring anyone out of it at any kind of sleep, but you're already waking up from the nightmare you're having. So you come to with gunfire.
I probably would jump straight to my feet and what's going on.
Okay.
Same. Go grab my gun and look, see where the cat's at.
I think Lola does, but she's probably slower than everyone else, on account of being incredibly tired.
Yeah, Eric sees nothing.
Yeah. He's basically just sort of like has his weapon drawn in position and he's sort of just swinging around, just looking. Very
What?
confused.
What is out here that you're shooting at?
I felt something moving around, and then I swear I saw out of the darkness these fangs or teeth or something coming at me. That's when I fired, and then as soon as I did, it all just disappeared.
Hmm. I saw teeth in my dream. That's weird. Ghost teeth.
Almost when you say that to yourself, in your head, you're like something's chewing or trying to chew.
What's the light situation here?
It's the platform, so it's consistent twilight. No
All right.
shadows because there's no sun or moon.
All right. I get my rifle and turn on the light on the front and the laser sight and all of the other gizmos on it, and then I do a perimeter around the truck. I want to make sure nothing's chewing on the truck or on the Jeep or anything else. Look underneath. I don't want like something attached to the bottom of my truck chewing on the cables or the exhaust pipes or nothing.
Sure thing.
Mice in the electrical, it's the worst.
Since you're checking that, why don't you go ahead and make me where is it? A spot check.
Spot. Okay, I'm good at spot. I'm not that good, but I'll use my free reroll. And I rolled a 9, and I've got a spot of 51.
So a 9 will give you a special success. Wait, no, that's drive. Yeah, spot. 9 will give you a special success. Okay, great. So you're looking around, you're looking under the vehicles, and as you get under the Humvee, which you've been towing, part of it seems to be dripping some kind of blood onto the ground.
Blood?
It's dripping.
Uh-huh.
It looks and smells like blood. You have to kind of get in there and check it. You haven't crawled under the vehicle.
All right. Hey, Eric, come here. There's something underneath the truck here. There's like a fluid. It doesn't look like radiator fluid or nothing. It looks like there's a critter or something underneath the car. How are they going to get a critter down here? Like, did we bring anything with us? But when we have found it in the and is it a Fringeworthy critter? I don't know.
Maybe accidentally brought something back the last time the vehicle went over. Hold on. Let me I'll grab a flashlight and I start getting underneath the vehicle.
All right, brave man. I love that.
Wind up your flashlight.
Yep, got to pump that thing up. Stupid, no batteries. There's no batteries allowed in the fringe baths. They have to contain electricity, so you have to create your own. As a reminder, the fringe baths and the Fringeworthy gates discharge all batteries and even radiation that goes through them. So our heroes have to have things like pump up and spin the gear kind of flashlights. Also fun when erasing things like computers, all kinds of great stuff. But anyway, I digress. Sure. So Eric climbs under the vehicle while Chewie's watching, I'm guessing, with the gun out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he has the gun out. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Eric, using both hands free, just out of curiosity.
I'll hold a flashlight in my mouth and I'll have both hands free.
Okay, so you pull under there and you're getting close to the thing, and you definitely smell blood.
Mm-hmm.
It has that definite smell to it.
I start examining the undercarriage to see if there's any active dripping or the source of said scent.
You can see where the piece is further back toward the center of the vehicle. There is some damage along the center that looked like the vehicle maybe hit something, or something hit the vehicle. And you get to the area where the blood is dripping from, and shine the flashlight rather than stick your hand up there because you know better. And it looks like remnants of something are in there. Something fleshy is in there, but it doesn't look very solid. It looks like a gelatinous mass at this point. And that's
Gelatinous cube.
That's what's dripping the ooze/blood.
Okay. I pull myself out from under there and I describe what I saw to everyone, going, I see some damage under here, like something was run over or hit, and there seems to be something lodged under in the undercarriage. I can't quite make it out. It's just sort of like a fleshy, bleeding lump. Let me grab some gloves, see what I can do.
When was the last time we even took out the Humvee? Like, we didn't take it to the desert yet, and we.
You didn't. You've been driving it around on the path.
Yeah, we haven't
behind
taken,
the truck.
We haven't taken it anywhere. How did something get on the Humvee? Like, and it wouldn't have come through the gate with us because it wouldn't come from Earth.
Gerald.
Yeah.
Gerald.
Yeah. Oh.
To get
Gerald.
lodged up in there, we'd have to been going at some speed, I would think.
But like we would have felt it if we ran over it, probably. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Gerald pokes his head out the window. You have to shout, I'm sleeping. You're already making enough noise.
Okay, good. You're not dead.
Why would I be human?
Gerald, come look at the thing under the truck.
Nope, not doing that. Going back to sleep.
Good man, Gerald.
Because I'm small doesn't mean I have to do your crazy shit.
It might be dangerous under there. I don't know if sending a kitty cat down there is a good idea.
He's got good night vision.
You could technically jack the vehicle up here on the platform. You have the tools.
I've got all the tools. Like,
we've got all the stuff to do that.
Take the thing apart if we needed to.
Right.
We did because we didn't go to the warehouse. The last place the Humvee was besides the Fringe Press was Antarctica.
Yeah, it hasn't been off the Fringe Press. So this is, I mean, we saw like those things that fell out of the sky, right? Like the colored blobs. Like maybe this is like one of those things. Maybe.
Oh, by the way, did all of you have weird dreams? I don't know if that's related.
I had some weird dreams.
Yeah.
But I always have weird dreams when after I
wait.
buffalo chicken MRE. So, yeah, but these are extra weird. Like,
yeah, corned beef has the same effect on me. Chewie, what kind of dream did you have? Can you describe it?
Oh, it was about monsters with teeth, and they were making lots of noise. Oh, it was creepy.
And Captain Wagner, you had the same.
Yeah, and then there was blood splatter, like Halloween.
Well, yeah, that sounds exactly what I dreamt of.
Okay, that sounds very similar to what I envisioned and shot at. So being extremely unlikely that we all had the same premonition, vision, whatever you want to call it, uh, is of some importance, I would think. That's weird. Have you guys ever experienced like some kind of shared vision or hallucination or anything before?
I mean, this whole thing, man.
I mean, I
No,
dig it. All right,
dreams are
I'm with
new.
you.
No, I don't think so. I mean, we had that weird time dilation thing when we were with
Right there.
Pythia, but I don't know if that counts as a dream or not.
I think we were still awake. Well, I guess the time moved from. I don't know how this works.
Stupid Paradise Island effect.
Dumb Paradise Island.
All right, Chewy. Let's get the jack. Let's
Yeah.
lift this thing up and see if we can get a look at what's under there.
Yep.
Okay, while you two are working on that, Chloe, have Lola make me a psionics check or psionic knowledge check.
Choo, choo, choo. Let's see. Let's roll my first D100. 40.
All right, that's under your 45, so
Hmm.
great. You know that shared dreams can be common among people who are experiencing a lot of experiencing a lot of tough scenarios or highly dangerous scenarios where their psyches can technically merge, but 4 people at once with the same dream. Not usually common, but shared dreams can be relatively not unknown to psychics, and also and they don't have to be. Everyone has the group doesn't have to be psychic either. It can be one psychic in the group affecting everybody else.
Hmm.
We should ask Gerald if he had the dream too.
Actually, what were the pictures of of the headband's name? Because I know it was like a lot of red. I think there was like bodies in one of them.
Um,
How much
I,
did the
I,
dream look
I
like the
write it down.
headband's name?
It was Red Children Book, and where's the last one over here? Book 3. It's a palm tree. It was a color red. That's all you saw. Think of like a red film for a projector.
Okay,
Just red.
so not necessarily the same kind of red.
No.
Still a little suspicious of my headband, but it's not number one suspect.
You realize you're still holding it. You haven't thought about that, but you've been holding it ever since you went to sleep, and it's still gripped in your hand. You haven't thought about it till just now, since you mentioned it.
I think I just chuck it on the ground.
Gerald leans out. Are we going to be spending a lot of time here? Because I need to get enough time to get a second nap in before we.
Oh,
Gerald, did you have a dream about like some crazy werewolf man?
Crazy. What's a werewolf?
No,
Wait,
wolf.
just think
yeah,
a
it's a
picture of
wolf
it.
man.
Think a picture of it.
I specifically think of Michael J. Fox and Teen Wolf.
No, that's not very threatening. That's rather
Then I
creepy.
think of the, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like werewolves in pop
Werewolf in
culture that
London.
I would be thinking
See,
about.
2008 is Twilight.
Okay, there
Oh
you go.
yeah, definitely. Think of Taylor Lautner.
Okay. I'm saying you can do that or Thriller, Michael Jackson Thriller. The Dancing with Throw the Cat Off for sure. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I don't remember that. I don't like
Just,
the way that looks.
just think of increasingly sexy werewolves.
No, I'm not gonna think of that. That's fine. No, I didn't think of that. I think about things I always think. I was dreaming about this bird, and oh man, he looks so. It's one of the ones with the really long, bushy. Oh, so good tail. And I was tracking him on that island, and no one else was around. And I'm sorry, I'm too much detail.
Wait,
Anyway, no, I
Wait,
didn't.
wait,
wait, hold
wait.
on.
Were we the bird?
Yeah, like a
Ew,
psychic
no,
thing, like we could share dreams.
Wait, did we get attacked by Gerald in our dreams? Like that's super weird. Kind of
no,
creepy,
ew.
Gerald.
I
What are you
would.
doing?
You're not a bird to me. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's a dream. It's dream logic.
I'm sorry. My dreams and your dreams are two different things.
Gerald,
I can see in your heads, and it's not pretty.
think about what did your bird look like? Send it to my brain.
Yellow, blue stripes, long fantail, small
Hmm.
beak. Really pretty, actually. And now you're like, that would taste good. Stop thinking that.
Interesting.
No,
I think we were the bird in Gerald's dream, guys.
Hmm.
Because we really just saw teeth, right? We didn't actually see
right.
an
Mhm.
animal.
You didn't just see teeth. You saw teeth, big gaping maw teeth.
Not like different than cat teeth.
Like cat
Far
teeth?
far different than cat teeth.
Okay.
These are literally like the shark teeth with the sharp triangle point, a little bit jagged. Definitely not cat teeth. You're definitely sure of that.
So saber-tooth tiger teeth. Got
Hey, Eric,
So
can you show me where you saw the tooth thing?
sure, I put down a couple of tools that I'm putting together the jack with, and I walk over to where I was standing. It says I was just standing around here, just keeping an eye out. Then all of a sudden, I heard a noise from that direction, and I point to where I heard, and then I turn around, and then I felt the hairs on the back of my neck just sort of go straight out, and then I pulled my gun. I turned again, and that's when I saw something coming at me that was just all teeth, like a
Okay.
big open maw, and that's when I opened fire. But as soon as I did, it just went away.
You can see the spent shell casings on the ground.
Hmm. Can I use my psychometry to examine that area?
Sure. Make me a roll. It's
Uh,
gonna cost you. It'll cost you 2 extra points. 2 points total. Not a big thing. You're not going far back into time.
okay. Roll. D133. Look at that. I'm on a hot streak tonight.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So yeah, you put your hand on the casings, since they probably give you a better view than grabbing onto Eric, or
Hmm.
and you can see. You flip back in time to essentially 20 minutes ago, and you can feel as a casing eject from the pistol. That's a very weird point of view, by the way.
Hmm.
Bam, and you see it's facing out towards nothing. Falls to the ground. There's nothing there. Not even
Okay.
wisp of smoke, not teeth, nothing.
Well, the pistol didn't see it. So I don't think it was something physical. That's not to say there wasn't anything. Like there are psychic things. I just don't think it had a physical form.
I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but very possible that that vision was implanted into my mind, since it was in the form of a dream sequence for the rest of you,
Hmm.
which means that as much as we'd like to think this is a safe area, it's not. It's there's there may not be a physical threat here, but that we can see. But there definitely is some kind of threat if something can manipulate me to the point where I feel so endangered that I actually discharge a firearm.
Hmm.
And by the way, I'm sorry, you guys, if I startled you with that. I really did feel like I was in clear and present danger, or else I would not have done that.
And it felt pretty real in our dreams too.
Gerald.
And I get back to work on trying to lift up the truck to see what's underneath.
Sure. So you guys are working on it for a little while they're doing this, and able to jack the truck up so you can get a bit higher on one side and look underneath there. It's you look down and the pool of blood is very dark, dark red, not light blood like we're used to. It's very dark red.
Cassie, you got a bag? We should bag this up and tag it, and send it out.
Bag
Science time.
science. Do we have like little petri dishes or something to
Sure.
like scoop blood in? I feel like World Pack bags would be a little useless for blood on the ground. That's all.
I feel like we probably have some vials.
Yeah. Scoop it in. I'm wearing gloves. Wearing PPE, gloves, goggles,
Yeah,
mask.
yeah. All gloved up for this stuff. If I'm gonna crawl in the truck, I want to know if it did any damage to the truck. Like that would be bad news.
Actually,
you-
I point out the area that I saw had some damage.
Yeah, it looks like it was scuffed by hitting something or something hitting it. That banged along the inside and then stopped where the impact is and where the plasma residue is. Just kind of it's not really oozing at this point. It's kind of solidifying into a jelly.
Okay, so
So like, should we pry that thing out? Is this one of the aliens from Mac and Me?
No.
Anything's a possibility in Fringeworthy, okay?
so is it's just like a residue on the interior. There's not like an object down there.
If you're gonna get in there and dig,
Yeah, I'm gonna get in there and dig. I put
okay.
on some safety goggles, and I put on some gloves, and I get down there with my toolbox and a pry bar, and I try and see if I can get
Okay.
whatever it is out of there.
Get the pry bar in there and you pull and you're scraping. You hear it hitting the mucus. It's pulling it out. It's making a sound, and then something pops out
Ooh.
and falls onto the ground.
All right, I kind of prod it with I turn my face away a little bit. I'm not looking directly at it because I've seen the movies. I don't want a face hugger, and I'm gonna poke it with the pry bar a little bit.
Okay. So the rest you see, so I'll describe what he won't be seeing it as much, but it looks to be something about the size of about a twice size egg, about an extra large ranch egg. Only it looks to be porous and almost like a coral or a sponge. And it's
SpongeBob.
it's soaked in this kind of red fluid. Damn it.
It's obviously the black electrodes from Planet 10.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Does it appear to be alive or?
It's as Chewie pokes it, it's semi-solid. It's not like it's a sponge. So it's boom boom. There's a tiny bit of give, but yeah.
Now this could go in a World Pack bag.
Yeah, this goes in a bag. Bag it and tag it.
Okay. How do you label that?
SpongeBob Mac and Me alien thing from under the truck. Has blood. See blood in vial labeled 067 or whatever I have labeled the vial.
So now I want to look under, and I'm looking for damage to the truck. Like, is it just cosmetic damage, or is there actual damage to the underside of the truck?
No, it's just superficial damage.
All right.
Wonder where we hit that.
Well, you've been driving around quite a bit. You don't know where it could possibly have been hit.
Do you think it has to do with the dreams we had?
Maybe. As it's dying labor, it sent out scary dreams to everyone.
Or maybe that's its entire design. Something someone throws at somebody, and then it has some kind of psychic effect afterwards, like some kind of psychic grenade.
mean, we haven't been anywhere to see technology like that yet, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Well, just because we have no evidence that nothing resides here or visits here often doesn't mean it's not the case. Maybe they're just really good at keeping hidden. But honestly, this vehicle hasn't been anywhere but home base and in this open area since we set out. So
So
unless this originated from our home base, which is concerning and troubling to me to think of, we likely picked it up out here.
Mm-hmm. That makes the most sense.
I need to crawl under the Ural and look and see if there's any evidence of the Ural running over thing. Because it seems like if we ran over it on the track out here, right, then we would have run over it with the big truck, and then it would have bounced underneath the big truck and then lodged itself underneath the small truck. But it seemed weird that it would only have touched the small truck. Then it means it would like have to have bounced up underneath, or it got there underneath while we were parked. Like, and that seems weird. Like that seems kind of deliberate at that point. But if it was something that we ran over, then I would definitely think that it would be on the big truck too. So I'm gonna get under the truck with the flashlight and check out a Gordito's underside.
And I will make sure that you're okay and keep watch over you. Make sure
Yeah,
nobody
I'll
stabs at you.
Okay.
I'll look around the area. Just make sure nothing comes at us from a different direction.
You walk around the whole 613-foot platform, and as well as Cassidy. Yeah, you're looking at it. There's no bounce marks or ding marks on the bottom of the Humvee, on the bottom of the massive truck. But then again, they are both at different height levels. So the bigger truck is much higher up than the Humvee, much higher up.
Well, the thing is, it would have to be something small. We wouldn't have felt it if we hit it.
Yeah, that big of a truck.
We just wouldn't have.
We had
Even
people
if
riding
we were
in the Humvee and in the truck, right? We had passengers in both, or were we all riding in the truck?
No, everybody rides in the truck because
Then nobody would have been in there to feel it, even if we could.
Yeah. And even if we were driving around in the Humvee, we'd have to hit something pretty big to feel that too. This little baseball size goo pod is not very big.
Out of character question, that it is a fact that we believe at the very least that items are sterilized as after they pass the portal. Is that correct?
You know for a fact that human beings when passing through the portal are sterilized. Also, cats, because Gerald has the same issue when he goes back and forth.
And irradiated, and horses too, supposedly. Right? We don't take any horses, but
anything that you take through the portals tends to get cleaned like that.
Okay, I'm just concerned about any kind of biological hazard being transported back. Is all. But if that's the case, then I'm confident.
Yeah, we don't even know if we can take this thing. If it's alive, we don't even know if we can take it back to the portal because
it'll go with you. It's on the truck. It'll go with you.
All right. Well,
It wasn't moving around or anything, right? It was kind of just.
No. Yeah, the only movement it did was when he knocked it down. It just laid there in a puddle of its own red goo. And the way you're looking at it, that doesn't look like blood. It looks like more mucus than anything else.
Yeah.
This viscosity is really high, so it doesn't look like blood.
Do we have a microscope?
Snot.
Was that?
Do we have a microscope?
I don't think so.
Don't think so. Do we have a blacklight flashlight?
Nope, that wasn't on your list.
Okay.
It's a good idea, though. Add that to the list of next times.
Put it on my list. UV blacklight flashlight.
I don't think they make a windable one of those, but they probably could with enough advance warning.
It's just a light bulb. It's just a different type of light bulb, so they just.
Hey guys, I'm hungry. Anybody want some grub?
Sure. It is we got chili mac.
Pull out some stuff to get some grub heated up.
Some coffee would be great too. I don't know if I'm going back to bed anymore.
Yeah, I'm a little
Fire up the jet boil.
You can actually tell time here because it doesn't stop being in twilight and it doesn't stop being stars. And so you kind of like want to take a nap all the time.
Well, then the cat is at least on mission.
Yep, I am.
Right on. You want something to eat too, but
Oh, someone said food. Never mind. My nap's done. Food. Food sounds good. What do
all
we?
right. I don't know. What would you like? I start going over some of the things that we have. Did we bring anything particularly for?
Fish.
All right, I'll do the best I can. Can of tuna it
Fish.
is.
You know, Gerald, if you eat too much tuna, you're gonna get too much mercury in your body, and that's not good for you.
But fish.
Well, that goes into the
Yeah.
problem we're trying to solve because our planet is turning to crap and there's a lot of mercury in our fish.
Yeah, but bioaccumulation.
And I think we're fine when we go through the portal, probably.
That's
Like,
right, but I wouldn't give you anything that was bad for you.
Gerald, can you tell us more about your planet? I
Um,
know that you got
okay.
in trouble or something, but we didn't see a whole lot of it.
Okay, the council left me on that island because, well, they called me stupid, and they said I was a danger to the group, and so they said I had to stay there. And
Oh,
that
poor
was
Gato, you're not stupid.
yeah.
I stopped counting the sunsets after was it 560
Well, what we don't know how smart the other
563.
cats are.
Uh, they just know it alls. They think they know everything. I mean, do I care what pie is? Not really, no.
Pie's delicious. Do you have a favorite kind of pie?
Oh, I don't know what that kind of pie is, but it looks pretty.
All American apple all the way through, man.
They do make fish pies too.
Yeah, we can
They
make
do
tuna.
make
We can
fish
make
pies.
I bet we can make a tuna pie, or maybe
Hmm.
a tuna and chicken pie, or
I'm
Or
chicken
we
up
pot,
can
for.
make you
chicken pot pie.
a
Th
tuna
th
noodle casserole.
this
Ooh.
isn't the pie they were talking about, but okay, sure.
Tuna
So,
noodle casserole?
guys, have you given any thought as to why us? I mean, why out of all the people?
I grew up on a dairy farm. I don't know.
I grew up in the most suburby suburb you can think of, next to a shopping mall, and I mean, there's nothing really special about me either. But here, I think I have a theory.
Okay.
All of us here have a certain quality in common that I've discerned. We're either uh, we're all highly creative in one way or another, whether it's just problem solving or general creation of art or something like that. We all seem to have some kind of knack for. I mean, Chewy, look seriously, I think you should go into engineering. If you knew a little bit more, you could be making some incredible stuff, man. But everything I've heard about you means you find a problem, you solve it no matter what. And holy crap, that's impressive. I mean, you, Wagner, you're an astronaut. That I mean, talk about problem solving. Every problem you solve as an astronaut is basically keeping you from the cold dark. I mean, seriously. And I don't even want to go into creative when it goes to Lady Platinum. I mean, that she sort of seems to sweat
Thank you.
creativity. So I think that these portals, these things seem to be attuned to people that seem to think outside of the box a little bit, have a little bit more awareness when it comes to trying to solve problems or be creative. And I think that's our true strength, all of us. So, you know, I'm trying to find a way where I think that I'm here for a purpose. This isn't just random. Everything here just seems so random, whether it's a psychically talking cat or a lava lab. Everything just seems so
Here,
completely off the wall and not connected.
you need a burrito hand warmer?
It's like, I mean, I'm not cold, but yeah, I mean, if this stays permanently warm, that could be technology we could use. I mean, uh, I don't know. I mean,
Leslie, when you
I'm
pull it out and you kind of shake your hands, it gets warmer the more you shake it.
Oh,
Ooh.
And in fact, it gets really hot. And the more you do that, the hotter it gets.
We could probably use this to warm up our MREs.
Well,
Just
And it glows like a
seems
red
to
hot brick.
convert kinetic energy into thermal energy. That in and of itself could be something that could be used. But I'm just,
I do not consent to being picked up. I do not consent to being picked up.
but all I'm saying is, I, I'm sorry that I've been a little bit of a stick in the mud, but that's sort of what I'm used to. But another thing that I've been taught to do is to adapt to my surroundings. So if weird is what we're going after, weird is what we're going to do. There's no other way. So we just picked up what could be a bioweapon or another life form. Who knows? Great questions. We have nothing to be able to research that here. Uh, so do we take these things back or do we continue? I mean, how long can we preserve that thing if it
uh,
is bioorganic?
And honestly, if this is its natural environment, then it'll probably last a long time out here, more than on Earth, I'd guess.
I guess
I
as
mean,
well.
it's not
I will give you guys
particularly
this.
warm
The
out here.
environment here is relatively stable. It's the same temperature at all times. There's no wind or weather outside of uh, the weird jelly things that fall from the sky or the lightning sometimes. But relatively stable environment, more stable than is on any world you guys have been to so far, including your own.
So I don't
Well,
think we should take this thing home because if it's like an egg or something, we don't want to take aliens back through the gate and have them like infest everybody. That would be gross.
right.
So let's put
What
it
if
in a.
they, what if it imprinted on somebody and thought it was its mama?
Too bad. Let's put it in a pelican case, in a bag, in a pelican case, and store it. And then when they build a little house outside of the gate, well, we can take it there and leave it there. Because I don't think we want to take it through the gate. It's
I
got to
think
be
that's a good
quarantined or
idea.
something.
Hmm.
Like
I
we
think
need
it's a
some.
very good
We
idea.
need to put it in like a sealed container and not let because I don't want baby aliens growing in anybody's face. That's gross and they just get everywhere and I don't need more of this slime. But what I'm more worried
Not
about
only
is
that, but
I don't
I
want
don't
to
think there's
mess with their
any
car.
I don't think there's any fungus or bacteria in this area, which means that for something to decompose, it would be somewhat difficult without that. So we're probably fairly okay in keeping it for a while now that I think about it.
If I put the key near the thing, near the glue ball, does
Get
it
nothing,
glow?
nothing.
Okay.
What about and Gerald says he doesn't know what this thing is, right?
No.
What about your friend in the headset? Does the headband know anything about this?
One that's laying over there on the ground.
I'll check. I'm a little suspicious, but I'll ask. All right, I'm gonna put the headband on.
Oh, good morning.
Morning, Russ. Do you know anything about weird teeth dreams?
Ah, you and all the questions. Always questions. So you want me to scan your dreams?
Well,
Okay.
this one.
You gotta let me in to do that. So gotta put me on and hold on tight. Here we go. Ugh. Okay. It feels like it lasts, I don't know, for minutes. You guys sit here blink with the kind of look and she's done. Hmm. That's a pretty nasty dream. Teeth are always scary. I think they're scary to every being that has flesh. Even some don't have flesh. Not that I know any of those. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what that is. So blood and teeth. Well, that could be anything. And
Uh,
have any of your friends been eaten by a shark before? You pulled in one of
I
their
don't think
dreams.
so. Nope, you don't need to look at their dreams. They haven't given consent.
Oh no, no, I was asking you. I'm not gonna. I like you. I don't think they like me.
Uh, how? I guess can I roll insight? I want to know how
Sure, go right ahead.
sketchy. I still think the headband sketch. That's why did it not go? All right, I'm spending power points to make it a success.
Okay, it's just plain success. Um, the headband's always been sketchy. It's always holding back.
Mm-hmm.
It's never giving you all the information that you asked for because, well, that's what you figure extraplanar things are like. It is highly intelligent, despite the fact how it's talking to you. Like it's trying to be your friend,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost speaking your colloquialisms. It's starting to feel like it's part of the gang,
It's
but
like
it's a lot
how's
smarter than it's playing it being.
it's like how's it going, fellow youths?
Yeah, it is definitely Steve Buscemi in a high school hallway. But
It
like I
really
said,
goes back to third round.
it's not lying to you, but it definitely feels sketchy as it's trying to fit in.
Yeah, as long as I'm fairly certain it didn't like send the dreams to us and is eating our actively eating our brains in our sleep, I'm
You'd
like,
have to try and
okay.
psychically attack the thing to see if it did that. You want to know for sure, but do you really want to try and do that?
I'm not going that far yet. We will take the headband off.
Hey, what? Okay.
I'll put it on. Okay, is there anything else?
Well, no, I just get a little lonely sitting here by myself on the floor.
How can you tell where you are
Well,
when you're off?
yeah, I can see you when you hold me and what you're doing with me, and I know where I'm at now.
I guess that makes sense.
Residual effects and all.
I do.
But, if you don't want to wear me, fine, I understand. I understand. I mean,
Okay,
I'm a
good.
great source of knowledge while I'm around, but when you keep putting me on, taking me off, putting me on, taking me off, it's a little distressing, if you know what I mean.
Well, you glued yourself to my head the first time I put you on, so
Yeah, well, I thought I wasn't
I'm
getting anything ever again after crazy Rose. I mean, she was crazy. She made me nervous.
all right. Well, okay, well, we'll keep working together, and maybe I'll keep you on more after I get a chance to know you.
I
All
mean,
these
I
things
can tell
take
you more
time.
about Rose if you want.
I, I mean,
I mean, I know where she lived, and I know about it was a plantation, and her family was quite rich. And I can tell you all about that if you want to go there.
I mean, well, actually, I'll ask. Hey, everyone, do we want to visit where Rose lived back on, back in slave state America?
I
uh,
mean,
Another way of calling SSA. That's great.
is
It's like
that
State America.
does that
Hmm.
help us? Does that help us find Team Three? You think? Because I don't want to go
I,
there unless it's helping us with our mission.
Eh, probably
It
not.
seems like an icky place. Although it looks like
um,
they use the metric system there, which is super weird. Because that Model T engine that I got has metric bolts on it, which is super weird. Uh,
um, I mean, I
maybe.
think it would be interesting to move to learn more about her, but I don't know if now is the time.
I
I don't,
At this point, I don't see any benefit to going to a place with World War II technology.
Yeah.
well, that's the planet where Team 3 might be, but
That's
I don't know if they're in America.
But
most likely the planet they're on.
we're pretty sure they're in South America though, because that's where we found their truck, and we found one of their dead bodies and the broken gate. So
Hmm.
It
Yeah, I think
works.
that's still our
I
priority.
think that's where
Sorry,
we gotta go.
Russ. Well, maybe we'll go visit there later. Take off headband.
Now you weren't like wearing the headband when you were sleeping, right? Uh,
Honestly, I don't remember because I kind of passed out.
Yeah,
Didn't if
she
you take
really
it off?
didn't.
None of us took it off. And it
We didn't
doesn't
take.
really come off easy on its own, right?
The you can all make me a spot roll to see if you remember if she was holding it or wearing it or anything like that.
Oh, I missed it.
A spot, 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 spot.
Also, is Lola still wounded?
No, your attempts have all come back.
Mhm.
I'm good at there it is. I got a 55. I don't. That is my spot roll. It's 55.
Oh, you hit it dead on the nose.
Yeah.
All right, that's still a success. So, you are definitely sure. You know she was holding. She took it off, and she was holding it when she sat down to go to sleep. So it was in her hand, but you're pretty sure she set it down next to her when she fell asleep.
So you did not wear it to bed, I don't think. I think it was right next to you, but not on your person.
I was awake. When I got up, I was holding it in my hand. I don't know when I reached for it then. I don't remember that, which is kind of worrying.
Well,
Should I just chuck the headband off the fringe paths?
Oh wow. Um,
Um,
I'm not gonna say no,
Probably not, but
I feel like this is a very valuable tool, and checking it off the fringe path.
but counterpoint, I feel like it's also probably evil and going to cause us problem down the road. So checking it off the fringe path might save us.
You should
I
take it back
just
to home base
I'm,
and have people
I'm just bringing
analyze
it
it
up
and
as an
revisit it.
option,
The
just in
choices
case.
are yours and yours alone.
I'll keep it. Just do you have a lock? Maybe is there a lockbox we can put it in before we go to bed?
I think we have several pelican
We have
cases.
pelican cases, yeah. It's no reason
If you
shouldn't
can
be.
lock it and not tell me the code, that might
Yes.
at least make sure it's separate from me because I don't think I think it needs me to function.
Yes, we can put it in a pelican case, lock it, and I can hold on the key.
Frodo is scared to carry the ring. It's okay.
All right, well,
Frodo would do the same thing if he had a pelican case.
yeah. All right, I would like to put the one ring in a pelican case now. We'll take it out if we really need it.
Oh, it's gonna be grumpy.
It's an incredibly advanced psychic being. I think it should be able to manage its emotions better.
Been listening to New Yorker and it's been in your head. How do you think it's gonna act now? You're gonna lock me away in a box?
Is it slowly turning into my cousin Vinny?
Yeah,
That's a good movie.
we should get some lead lined boxes next time. Add that to the list of things we want next time.
Right, anyway, I guess do we just want to go continue looking for right, we
I start dishing out plates of food to everybody.
what did we do? Right, did I fix the gate to Australia? I don't know if you checked after I fell unconscious or asleep.
I
Or
can't remember
not
if we.
Australia, South America.
I can't remember.
No, I don't believe we repaired it. I think we found out something about what was going wrong with it.
No, you figured out how to reset the. You think you figured out how to reset the gate and stop it from blinking out.
Yeah. We
You know,
suspect.
because you know how the warp buttons. You understand what the concept of the warp buttons were. What's a warp? What's not a warp? If it blinks, it's damaged, etc.
We suspect that it needs a stable platform to be on. and that's why it stopped working when there was a worm nearby and caused the earthquake because it's not on a stable platform.
Oh, that's
So
right. And your psychic ability to tell you that with the platform and warps are enabled when the actual base platform
Hmm.
is not available near a surface anymore, or can actually reach a stable environment. So if it's sunken underwater, or in some cases, or if it's sunken under land, or the base part of the platform is damaged, it turns into a warp automatically. But warps can be turned on and off, and so you can turn the disc off and make it just a warp if need be with that
so
button.
Okay.
so what we so I I think that if we take the truck through, it might be a one-way trip for the truck, right? Because we won't be able to get back up to the gate.
Yeah.
It's a warp. You can move things through the warp like any
Okay.
kind of like any kind of platform.
Uh,
I'll just get
what's
that out of
the
the way.
difference between a warp and I guess a platform gate? Or do
And
we need to experiment to
well, you
find
you
figure that
saw
out?
the warp in the alleyway was attached to a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
It came through in the alleyway. There's no platform at all, but it came through in the alleyway, and so the warp was part of that wall.
And I know I was supposed to like press the 6 button a bunch and say warp.
Yeah, just press it once and it turns the warp on. Press again, it turns it off.
Okay, but that doesn't fix the problem of it being on or off a platform.
No, you'd have to the gate in going to South America. You'd have to spend time trying to understand the actual matrix inside of the platform, inside of the actual device next to the platform, and you have no idea how that works.
Yeah.
Should,
So you
should
probably
we
can't fix the time delay when you go through, whatever
um
how long the time delay actually is. You didn't really measure the time delay. You're too busy being attacked by a giant worm.
Mm-hmm.
um should we go to the room in the Amazon with an attempt to learn more about the gates before we go through to the desert? Or
There
are
was a
we
ton
just
of
balls to the walling it?
there was a ton of machinery inside of that gate room in Venezuela in 1949.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a ton of computer work, enough of the machinery, just lights on it that wouldn't turn on.
And the
The
problem
Um,
with
fact that these people are missing is a gigantic security risk.
Mm-hmm.
that true. That is true.
If they have been captured and questioned, that puts a lot of things into
Mm-hmm.
a very tenebrous position.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to once again highlight that finding these people should be the top priority of this group. And collecting warm rocks is great, but I don't think really gets us anywhere.
Yep. Yep. What he said. We need to find these people.
Just
Either dead. We should confirm that, or we should bring them back. Because, like we established, Fringeworthy the most valuable thing, more valuable than any piece of tech we're going to find. Because then we have more people to go out and look for tech. So, I vote. We load up the Humvee with guns and rocket launchers, and we go through the gate and we get the hell out of that desert, and then we start looking for these guys. And if we find any tremor worms in the way, we shoot them with the rocket launchers.
just a reference for everyone else, the portals you haven't explored. You have several in the alternate. You didn't go further in outside of more than a few minutes, like the alien invasion world, the gold mine, and there were two of the portals you never even touched.
Well, I think
Just a
yeah,
reference.
that makes sense. We should let's follow up on the lead that we have. Now we know for sure, is the South America one. And now
Yeah.
we
well, I
got
mean,
star maps,
they're
so if
both in
we
South America. But
But
yes.
just on a quick aside, if one of those other portals leads to, let's say, Santiago, which is driving distance from the desert, and maybe a safer way to get there and a better portal, just peeking through the ones we haven't seen, just taking a few minutes to
Well,
do
we
that.
we have seen all the portals on that go to this planet.
Okay.
We
Then
Right.
haven't.
never
Let
mind.
me
Mhm.
put that
Never mind.
link inside
The
of the
two
Discord
portals we
chat.
haven't checked were on the other platform. They go to alternate worlds. They don't go to this world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
So-
absolutely yes, we go to the desert. That's
Just for
Yeah.
reference, Jim, there's a link to the document that they've written up from what they've found for each platform.
And it's possible one of the portals that we have checked here that we didn't check too thoroughly could be someplace else in South America, and that was why I was saying that we should check each of these portals and use your navigation skills to pinpoint exactly where it's at. That way we have a map of the whole world. Mostly because if we go through this portal and it breaks permanently and we can't get out, we need to know where we can go to get back to the portal, right? And right now the only one that we know for sure is in Sydney, which is a long way from South America. We'd have to find a boat, and that might be hard.
Yeah.
Or it's in Wilson City, which means we would have to go all the way up through South America, through Central America, all the way over to Louisiana, and those people are assholes. And there's no roads through all the way up there.
Yeah,
So
but noting the exact location of alternate portals within the same planet would be useful, giving us a secondary option of escape once we
Yep.
actually do reach that
Yep.
location. I agree.
Yep.
Once again,
Because-
Chewie, best idea so far.
But because we have those ones that we've gone through on this platform that we haven't really explored, there was that church or schoolhouse,
Yep.
the big white building. We don't know where that is.
Yep.
Who knows? It could be Rio, or it could be Nebraska.
Yep.
So, or whatever Nebraska is in the SSA.
It's probably still full of corn. There's no changing that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we know the ones in Europe, but we don't know where in Europe. We know the ones in Wilson City. We know the ones in Venezuela up on a cliff like that. We can't get out. We can't get down there. That would be really hard to get to. We could probably do it. Like we need some climbing gear and stuff. That guy got up there with an airplane, but I don't know how to fly a regular old airplane. There's one in Sydney, but there's still one that's like there was like a church, and there was one that was like in a farm, and there was like rice
Patties.
yeah, so we should figure out where those are at. Like maybe one of them's in South America someplace, and we get to it, or Mexico, or who knows. And it would
South
be a
America is a trip too, because if it's Argentina, you have to cross the Andes to get to that place, which
Mhm.
I'd rather actually take a ship from New Orleans, to be honest with you. But that is brilliant. Let's get solid locations on the alternative portals as a first step to basically set our prep work in case we can't get back from that same portal, which I hope we can. And with that prep work, perhaps we're better armed to be able to complete the mission in the Atacama Desert. Is everybody else in agreement?
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I guess it's a follow-up question. Since as our navigator, what stuff do we need to find you so you can do navigation thingamajigs?
Well, it's all dependent. You guys said that there are two moons.
Yep.
If all of the major constellations and star systems are still relatively similar, at first I can actually garner at night what northern or southern hemisphere easily. If I can garner the time of year, it would make it a lot easier, but not necessary. It'd just be more time consuming because then I actually have to take a real sharp look at and match up everything. But maybe after a couple hours in nighttime with the proper observations, I should be able to locate within reasonable distance where we're at.
So also so we should go through one of these and let's see if you can check if the sky's the same. If it's not the same, let's go back to Sydney and we can go to the library there and get a book that would tell us what you need to know so that you can navigate here. Because they got to know
that's
there,
genius.
right? Like they had to find.
They got to have a star chart somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like let's use what we know already, and then if that doesn't work, then we go to Sydney and we look it up.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, I guess
I
they
like
would
it.
have star charts.
Well, I'm supposing that they have shipping. They're going to have to navigate somewhere.
They had to get to Australia somehow, and back then they didn't have nothing but stars to look for.
Yep.
Well, how about let's check out the one with the bell? Maybe it's like it's school. In which
Yeah.
case they'd probably have like knowledge books,
So there was
textbooks
The
that
building with the bell, the rice paddy, and then the jungle that we never really specified where they were, right? Because we know the one in Europe is somewhere near Essen, but not We don't have a specific location.
Well, Lesson's a fairly large region, but globally speaking, not that huge. But yeah, can the opening in the jungle, was there enough? Was there too much canopy to see the sky in that area, or was the sky actually visible?
That's a good question that I
Isn't that,
don't remember the answer to.
I think, isn't that the one where we actually took the picture of the sky from?
We took pictures of the sky in Essen.
Oh, that's right. Then I guess as a photographer, just like would Lola be able to get a good shot of the sky from what she remembers?
It was difficult because you didn't have best gear for that, and nighttime star shots are from the ground are ugly with basic cameras, basic film cameras.
It would have been rough
You
for
need
me
a
to get a
tripod,
picture. Maybe you
long
could work
exposure.
it out. I imagine it would be tough though, but
So let's
probably
target it.
doable.
Let's target something easier first. We'll save the jungle zone for last.
So maybe check out where either the rice paddy or where the white building was.
Yeah, the white building. We know there's civilization there. Obviously, there's people living there. So let's try there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, change into our 1949 outfits.
Woot.
I have a
Right.
carpet bag full of guns. Let's go.
What are you taking with you, and how are you taking it?
Yep.
Because taking a full-on pack probably not the best idea.
Cart bag full of guns.
I am going to take my cartography kit, and I am going to put my holster. I'm going to remove my gun from its holster, put an extra clip in my pocket, and then put it in the back of my belt behind my jacket.
Okay.
I have my gun in my carpet bag. Then I'd have kind of the normal stuff, the multi-tool, um, the kind of my calculator.
Right. I remember that Cassie has her blue and white dress.
Yeah.
I don't remember what Lola wears.
Uh, I forget how I described the dress. I want to say purple. Um, let's see. She's gonna bring some water, food, bring some spray paint. Again, she has her thigh holster for spray paint, also a pistol.
Pack it on
Uh,
both sides.
let's see, sketchbooks, drawing things, basically art things, pistol, water, and food.
Okay.
Actually, she'll also bring sewing kit
All right. So
and brass knuckles.
you'll have carpet bags, and they're all pretty much packed. Sounds like so. Anything special for Chewie outside of guns?
So one of the things I have to wear is I have to wear a shirt with a collar that goes all the way up my neck and long sleeve shirts because
Well, you can wear that without a tie if you want to.
well yeah, but the thing is I'm covered in tattoos, so people are going to think that's
Sure.
kind of weird. So yeah, I got long sleeve shirts with cuffs and collars that go all the way up to hide the checkered flag on my neck, and then a period bag that I've got my rifle and ammo in, and and tools. I got to take tools with me. But those can just go in a toolbox. Like that's not too suspicious. That's about it, I think.
Okay.
And food for Gerald.
Sounds good. Is Gerald coming with you guys? I don't know.
Gerald, you coming, bro?
Let's just check. I'll do a sanity check to see if he actually wants to come. Okay, he does want to come. That's fine. So
Okay.
yeah, I guess I can. Sure, that's fine. I can stretch my legs anyway.
They'll probably hunt some birds and stuff.
He just gets down from the truck, trots over, and walks through the portal.
Oh,
Without
okay.
waiting.
I guess we're going.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Do 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 do.
When do cats do what you guys want to do?
Never.
Okay, so you all go through, and you step through, and you guys didn't come through last time. It was Sadie who came through, I believe. No one else.
I
Sadie
came through with Sadie, I think.
Right. Okay. So it's what you remember. It's this huge copse of trees. They're all very tall, and it doesn't smell like pine, but it's
Does it smell like
the
cedar?
the air here is wonderful. You're so used to the pollution of 2008 that the air here is is pleasant. Almost makes you want to cough. Oh, wow. Um, no real pollution in a little copse of trees. Let's see what I'm checking the time ratio and what I've had to do this since you guys were last here because you all do that to me. All right, so yes, okay. So there is a bell ringing in the distance. It sounds a little loud, and it's not small.
Does it sound like bing bong, or does it sound like the ringing of
Bong,
like a fire alarm?
bong, bong.
Okay.
Actually, in this case, it's bong, and that's it. Just one hit.
It's 1 o'clock.
It's the afternoon. The sun's above your head. You can see it coming through the trees. It's not warm here at all.
Hmm.
It's just the right temperature for wearing suits, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
You hear you get the sound coming from the distance out to one side of the trees. But behind you is a warp, definitely attached to one of the trees. You can see the rainbow glow next to one of the trees.
Can I figure out what kind of trees they are? Do they have like puzzle piece bark, or do they look like cedars?
Oh, you have that guide, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. You're making me do the extra work on this.
Um, I also probably just kind of know a little bit about trees, like Girl Scout camp in my youth kind of thing.
Guide touch. These are definitely ash trees,
Hmm.
but that doesn't really narrow it down.
Yeah. Good for
It's
making some baseball bats.
it's temperate, you know that, which explains the climate. So, all right, what are you guys doing?
Should we head towards that building?
Might as
Yeah,
well.
that's where the people are.
All right.
Cautiously head towards the building.
Okay, so you all walk through the trees and eventually come out into a grassy area. And it's a huge lawn leading up to a large building, which you can see not too far away. I have a picture of it. Let me get it for you guys, and I'll post it to the chat because I can't really send it anywhere else.
Mhm.
Sorry, 6,000 windows open. Looks like that. So it's a tall building. It's definitely 3 stories. There's a huge dome on it. Not really white as you're looking at now. It looks more
Looks like a,
same brownish gray.
a fancy college or something.
Mhm.
Eastern Europe, maybe.
Definitely European architecture, yeah.
Are there people milling about?
Well, here's the thing. As you guys come out of the trees, you see that in the distance. As it catches your eye because it's big enough. And you look down, and there is a pathway about maybe 20, 30 yards from the trees. And there's a little bench on the pathway facing away from you. And there is someone seated on it looking away from you.
Hmm.
It's obviously a man, just as you can tell by the suit. He is wearing a bowler hat, and there is a cane leaning against the bench next to him. Or it could be an umbrella. You're not sure at this distance.
All right.
Gerald, go see if that guy's nice.
I will put down my bag and look unthreatening, and I will go towards the man and
Treat.
wave my hand. I'll say, "Hola, senor. How are you?"
So, Gerald walks with you because, well, Cassidy sent him along to go out there, and he jumps with the start like he wasn't expecting a voice, and he turns. He looks at you. He sees you. You guys are outside of the tree, so he sees the three of you. He looks at you, and what did you say to him? You said what?
I said, "Hola, senor. How are you?" But it all comes out as whatever language he speaks. So
That's true.
True.
Oh, well, top of the afternoon to you, I guess. Who are you? I'm Reginald. Pleasure. Have a seat, please.
Hello,
I was just
Mr.
having I was just having a spot of lunch. Are you go to the college here? Are you part of the observatory?
Uh, I am an exchange student. I'm just visiting, and I've gotten lost because I have I don't really know my way around too well yet.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to show you around in a few minutes when I finish my lunch.
Oh,
Are those your friends back there who are standing very far away?
those are my friends. They're kind of shy. They're also exchange students, and don't all speak the language very well, and not nearly as well as I do, of course. But please, I don't want to make you rush. Enjoy your meal, and we will. Let me go and speak with my friend, and then we will come back in a few minutes. Give you plenty of time to
He picks up a
finish your
tin.
food.
Well, you can have a, would you like a kipper? You can smell it.
Kipper.
It's a
Um,
fish. It's a canned fish.
I only just ate, and I am still quite full from my lunch myself. So I would like you to enjoy your own.
Oh,
I
that's
want to
fine.
know what Gerald's doing when the
Oh,
kipper comes up.
oh, well, he's jumped up onto the bench as chooses to excuse himself. Meow, meow.
This is my friend Gerald. He is a cat, and he likes fish. Excuse me for
Oh,
just a moment.
well. Hello, kitty. It's a piece of fish.
So
Okay, what language are they actually speaking?
They're speaking English.
okay.
Here's all my dumb American friends that don't speak English.
Yeah, we speak American.
So I go back and tell him that we're at a college, and he has offered to show us around.
What did he sound like? Did he sound English?
Yeah, he did. You could
Everybody
hear him.
sounds English.
You could hear him that from that far away.
Okay.
That's all right. I can be English. Top of the morning. Blimey.
I told him that we were exchange students from another country, but I didn't tell him which one, and that we are new here and don't know our way around yet.
Well, I mean, we heard you.
Right.
You also told him we don't speak English very well.
Well, I didn't know. I don't know what language he's speaking.
All right.
The
Well,
downside of
it's
having that
fine.
thing
We
in
can
your
look.
ear.
Mm-hmm.
The downside of having that thing in your ear.
I know, right?
We can let you focus on the talking still. It's worked out pretty well. It's worked out okay so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does this guy look like? Is he middle-aged, older, young?
He looks like a man probably his late 20s, early 30s. He has a bit of a small mustache.
So he's essentially our age.
Yep.
But he had like an English accent. It sounds like.
Yes, he sounds local.
We think. We don't know that we're necessarily actually in England or the UK.
Well, as you're standing here, you can smell the trees. You think you smell water in the distance.
Well, should we go up to his bench?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
You know
Oh,
what we
good. Pleasure to meet all of you. I'm Reginald. He reaches out his hand to Eric.
And I go, Dane Reginald.
Oh, you're from up north. Fantastic. You can tell as the pearl rate goes down.
I basically have what, since my parents are first generation Danes and I actually grew up in that, I try to emulate that accent, the Danish accent.
I tell you what, since you're trying to emulate it, I think you have to make me a roll.
Okay.
Let's see, what would be good for that?
I'll be happy to fail a roll in just a second.
Let's see, communication. I'll even make me a perform oratory roll.
Okay.
So 44 or less.
Yeah, there's my 77.
All right,
I live to fail.
So he looks at you very strangely and says, "From the north, okay, I guess. You're from the north, I see." He looks back at Chewie, and your lady friends.
So
My name is Lola. I speak English not very good, but to meet you, a great pleasure.
Oh, I see. You're from a Latin country. Very interesting. Very interesting. Looks over at Cassidy, who is very white and very pale and very white and blue.
I'm going to really lean into the Minnesota.
Okay.
And be like, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you, don't you know?" He tells your folks I said hi.
Oh,
Wait, aren't the Americans bad guys here?
Oh my. I didn't know you were from the SSA.
I'm actually a refugee.
Oh, well,
I fled several years ago.
what an interesting group of friends you have. He looks at Chewie, who still hasn't introduced himself.
I am Chewy, and I am from Mexico originally. And yes, it's Chuy. It's how we spell it there. Yeah, Chewy. It's a very common name. And
Chewie.
Popular, very popular name. So, but we were all touring the college, and we got lost.
Well, I didn't know there were SSA students and scientists come to the observatory. This is very unusual and irregular. We should check with this. Come with me. We'll check with the staff at the observatory to make certain everything is okay.
I no longer am affiliated with the SSA. I am a political refugee.
Yeah. Well, my dear, if you declared that when you came in to the UK, it will definitely show. You should have your papers ready and everything, just in case, because you know how it is with the SSA. I'm sure you lived there. If you're a refugee, you know why everything has to be safe.
I say we all run.
So come with me. I'll take you over to the observatory.
We should all run back to the gate. We've been made.
And he walks you over towards that building. And there are some people there. You don't see any college buildings per se. There is a larger building to the right of it, which could be a college building. You're not sure. I'm going to go off multiple drawings from 1949 of modern drawings as well. And so you cross a small avenue where you would think it would be a parking lot. There are a couple of vehicles, definitely 1949 type vehicles, so Packards and things like that. Don't hold me to the names of cars. I'm not going to be an expert. For the audience, who likely will tell me what cars were around in 1949. I get done in the past. So he doesn't seem afraid of you at all. He just seems concerned that you may not have papers and you just appeared out of a copse of trees.
I try to sneakily take out the glowy rock.
They could think
and see, is he glowy? Does he make it glowy?
Are you trying to be sneaky about it? Why trying to make sure he doesn't see you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a little special. You have to make a roll for that.
Can I offer a distraction?
Okay, so it's going to require a stealth roll. If Jim's character is going to give a distraction by it gives you a 20% bonus.
Okay, stealth.
So your stealth's a 47.
Okay.
I'm going to pretend to trip slightly and just grab his shoulder for stability to sort of grab his attention.
I rolled a 99.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah.
That's a failure.
That's the worst roll.
That's a
even.
That's the worst kind of failure. That is that's a critical fumble. Okay, so as Eric bumps into him and trying to get his stability, holding on to him, you walk right into him from behind, and the crystal key pops out of your hand, flies over his shoulder, and lands out in front of him, and it's glowing.
Is it glowing more than it normally is?
And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. You guys timed this perfectly. Don't look at me.
That was good.
head on back.
Here we go.
Okay, and we are back. Fantastic. Okay. So, when we last left our heroes, they had got themselves into a big old mess, which is kind of how we should start every single game, right? But anyway, just to recap, they had come across through a portal into a copse of trees. They found a man sitting at a bench. At the bottom, this massive building. It looked like some kind of observatory not too far away. The man spoke English, so they have to assume where they're somewhere. And he mentioned being in the United Kingdom. Chewie introduced themselves, um, and he's a little concerned that a couple of them are from the SSA, which is terrifying to folks in this world because the social states of America is a scary ass place because they're threatening to destroy the world, as all big, massive countries do. He offered to take them over to the observatory and introduce them to his boss, and so they began walking across the green. And as they got closer, Cassidy wanted to check him out with the crystal key, so she pulls it out. And as if on cue, Eric's going to bump into this guy to help him be distracted while she does this. However, when Cassidy goes to do this, she rolls a 99 on her stealth check, critically fumbling. And as Eric bumps into them, she bumps into him, and the crystal key goes flying over his shoulder and lands on the ground in front of him. This big green D4, basically, and it's glowing, and he sees it. So when we come back from advertisement, oh dear, what is that? Is that one of yours? And he reaches down and picks it up.
Is it glowing more than it normally is glowing?
It's glowing more, yes.
Oh,
That's very interesting.
It's just a knickknack from I got from my brother before I was able to escape.
Is it irradiated?
Yeah.
That's very dangerous to carry around, young lady.
I have a yeah. Yeah. But it's all I got from my brother.
Well, I'm sure we can find a lead box for it. I'll keep it safe in my pocket for you right now. He just puts it in his pocket.
But isn't it not safe to be in your pocket either? At least
better safe with me than it could possibly hurt you. It can go right through this thin dress of yours. So we'll just make sure you're safe. We can get you the right kind of lead line box for that.
But it's out of character, not actually saying this. But it's by your junk.
He put it in his coat pocket, not his pants pocket. It's 1949. They don't do it. You put it in your coat pocket. And he continues on picking himself up from being jostled by Eric, and he heads along over to the observatory building.
I'm going to think really hard at Gerald and be like, Gerald, he's one of us. You should tell everybody else. With your brain.
I'm not going to broadcast that because they'll probably hear it.
Oh.
No, but everybody saw him pick up the
Yeah, everyone saw him pick it up. Much to everyone's horror. He just confiscated your crystal key.
We have to get that back now.
Which was glowing more in his presence.
Mm-hmm.
And so he walks up to the observatory, walks up the steps. This place is beautiful. It's well maintained, but it looks like a British building from the 1940s, so it has a bit of wear and tear. It just does. Looks a lot like the picture I posted for you guys. Let's see. I only got 6,000 things open here. All right, sit up the front steps into the building and let you in. And this place is just nice, actually. You know, the funny thing is when you go into places from a long time ago, when they actually aren't a long time ago, they smell different. They feel different. And so it's kind of hard to get used to, I would say, for you guys. Even so, you're in a place where you know is old, but it's new to you. And it's new to them, but it's old to you. Who knows? He walks up to the front desk and he says, "Oh, my dear Leslie, is the captain in?" "Oh, I think he is. You don't have an appointment, do you, Reginald?" "Well, no, I just had some friends I think he needs to meet." "Oh, well, we should get you an appointment then. Let me check his book. Oh, I think he's available this afternoon." He's working on a showing tonight for some of the folks from the people from university. So he has a presentation due, but I can work you in at say 2:30. Well, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. He turns around and says, "I'm sorry, but it'll take about an hour or so, to see the captain. But I'm sure he'd love to speak to you."
Well, maybe we can do we can do tour first before Captain C.
I would love to do a tour if you want to hear all about the observatory.
Yes, yes, please. I love
As
going to new places.
as you know, the United Kingdom is the center of the world, and here we have the prime meridian just outside these doors. And we have the observatory in Greenwich, which is one of the oldest in the world. British, they're so full of themselves. But it's a modern observatory, and we're very powerful. The powerful telescope that's here, and all the information we will provide to the university. And if you stick around long enough tonight, I bet I can get you into that showing. But come with me. I will show you some of the documentation we have. I'd love to show this to you, pictures and whatnot. And you guys can get a full tour of the Royal Observatory of Greenwich, circa 1949, and with pictures, data, which is all way out of date according to what Eric knows.
Mhm.
But the more important thing is the talk about the secondary moon, or what they're referring to as the outer asteroid, Sestra.
Sastroid? What?
Sestra.
Oh. I like Sastroid better.
And how it came into orbit approximately 50 years ago, 40 years, I'm sorry, approximately 40 years ago. And it has a stable outside orbit. It's not coming any closer. It's stabilized to where it's at, but it's just an asteroid. There's nothing spectacular about it. It has a weird oblong shape, but it's a stable Earth, not coming any further toward the planet, and but it circles outside of far outside of the moon, and it's left for some amazing photographs at night, and definitely some interesting ways to look at the moon as well. We're still trying to map Sestra and give bits and pieces of it names, as we all like to do.
Have you done
But
any research into what tidal changes this asteroid brought about?
they're very minor, actually, and nothing catastrophic, as of course you've seen. Um, as far as we understand, it's too far away to affect a major change. As far as we can see, tides haven't gone up or down dramatically. There are some minor shifts, but nothing of great consequence. What One of the scientists we know from Germany, what was his name? He's a physicist. He had supposed that it would possibly throw itself out of orbit in the next 50 or 60 years, because it's maintained a rather stable one, but it could definitely throw itself out of orbit if anything disturbs it.
Hmm.
Little man, can't remember his name,
Wouldn't
but you
be
know those German scientists, they know everything, and they're trying to save the world with their alliance.
All I'm thinking is the PCs could knock it out of orbit. We could be the ones.
Has nobody seen Space 1999? What happens when you knock a moon out of orbit?
Hmm.
I'd assume not good thing.
Just watch that first episode.
so
As
you
we
don't
walk around, are there any like loose star charts lying around? Like like just sneak into my pocket.
Oh, she want to steal something? Great, sure, you can
Hmm.
definitely try and do that. I don't see a problem with it. I
are
mean,
Hmm.
there
they
any of them
might.
hanging on the wall in the observatory? Just out?
Oh yeah, he'll take you into the observatory so you can see the telescope, and it's amazing actually. Some of you have never seen a telescope before, Chewy, um, and Lola as well. Cassidy, this thing is ancient history.
E um I
Let
want to
let's
start
let me
talking to
let me.
Reginald kind of more on a personal kind of level. Like, hey, Reginald, so what do you do around here besides study?
I'm gonna have Lola do her check first for
Oh, okay.
feeling something real quick.
Actually, there's things on the wall too.
Mhm.
Actually, you know what? I think I just want to sneak a picture while he's not looking.
Okay, sure. I'll still require a stealth roll.
Yeah. I think he'll go for the picture since that won't leave evidence. It's still bad if you use it because it's probably because I don't think we have a 1949 camera, and I don't know if that's allowed. Roll. But I'm good at stealth. Am I that good at stealth? I'm not that good at stealth. I'll push it to a success. I'm sure I won't need those PowerPoints later.
Who needs PowerPoints?
Okay, so sure. You're able to sneak the camera out of your bag and take a quick picture without a flash. That would definitely set things off.
Mm-hmm. I give a thumbs up to Eric.
So,
I nod.
okay, we'll do casting in a second. What's Chewie doing while they're doing all this sneaky shit?
Just looking around for anything interesting.
They have a display of moon rocks that have fallen to Earth, or asteroids, or what they're calling meteorites that have fallen to Earth, and little bits and pieces like that in display cases.
Trying to look for an opportunity to get the keystone back from the guy.
Oh, it's in his pocket.
Yeah, and I'm not a pickpocket. I might be a car thief, but I'm not a pickpocket.
You could mug him.
No.
He's been very nice to us, and I would prefer not to mug somebody who's been very nice to us. But if it comes down to it, and we got to get out of here in a hurry, I will bushwhack the guy.
So Cassidy's chatting him up.
My intent is to figure out if he's gone in the woods and seen the warp on the tree.
Okay. Well, I've been coming here I've been working at the observatory now for 6 years, just under 6 years. I spent some time at the College of Greenwich across almost the river over there, and I really enjoy. This is the best part of London, and it's a little more relaxed than the city is, and it's just nice. But I am a creature of habit. I've taken my lunch, I don't know, at that bench almost every day for the past few years. It's just that set of trees just seems to be so inviting and calm to me. I don't mind spending time there by myself.
You ever go sit in the trees?
Oh, no. I'm not a grass sitter. I like the bench.
You should try sitting in the trees sometimes, though. It's actually really nice. It's really nice to take a nap in like the trees. And you just, hear the little breeze and all their little branches doing their little creaky bits.
Oh no, my dear, I'm not a naturalist like that. I prefer to sit on the bench and enjoy my lunch. It's just much easier on my health and my pants for that matter. Or my trousers for that matter.
I see.
So tell me, reaches in his pocket, pulls out the crystal key, which is still glowing. You said your brother found this?
Well, he got it. I don't know where he got it. My brother was in the Air Force. So, shit. I shouldn't have said that.
Shouldn't have said that. He looks at you very suspiciously.
There was no. Well, for one thing, there was no Air Force.
Well, there was no Air Force.
It's 49. There was an Air Force. There is an
Army
Air
Air
Force.
Corps.
Yeah.
It was Army.
Thing is, this America is totally different and a lot scarier at this point. So you don't know what they have there.
Yeah.
But he looks at you suspiciously.
I'm sorry. He flew. We had a farm. I from a farm in Minnesota. He flew to the crop dusting plains.
And that's the Air Force?
Yeah. That's what we call it, the Minnesota Air Force.
Okay, that's a bald-faced lie. That is a bald-faced lie. So, let's just see how smart he is. Let's see.
I fucked up.
That's gonna be a fast talk roll, and I know your fast talk is utter crap. So it's a 9.
I have faith. I got a 29.
Okay,
Can I
so just
use
a
power?
failure.
I can use my PowerPoints, right?
Yes, you could
Okay, I'm gonna use my PowerPoints.
to make it just a success.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
I mean, it's not really like an organized thing or anything. It was kind of more of a joke than anything. But he found it when he was learning how to fly at the airfield.
Hmm. And he turns and he walks over to the meteorite collection. Strange. It doesn't seem like anything we have here. These are all misshapen or broken or pitted. And this is not. Very interesting. And it's
He
not
said
warm to the touch like things that are irradiated. I wonder what this really is. It's very strange.
he said um he said it might have been some kind of Native American thing.
Hmm.
You know, they
La
find those
la
arrowheads and spear points and stuff in the ground all the time.
Well, after they were wiped out so many years ago, artifacts are aplenty. But I thought the SSA had them all locked up in their governmental archives.
I mean,
You know how your government is.
yeah, but sometimes you still find a thing or two that they didn't nab.
Okay, hang on a second.
Is there a table anywhere around here?
Sure, there are a
See that?
couple tables for sure. All right, so, well, I think there's a case here. Let me check. And he sits behind one of the counters and begins looking in the drawers behind it. What did you want to do, Jim?
I'm going to sit down at the table and I'm going to go, Reginald, do you mind having a seat with me in my full American accent?
Sure, my friend. Just one moment, please. Oh,
I
yes,
pull
we
out
do.
my gun and I lay it on the table.
He's not
Oh
paying attention.
shit!
He's not paying attention at all.
Oh,
And I'm
we're
just-
gonna be, oh, I didn't understand we were gonna go hard, and I reach into my bag.
No.
The doors are open to the observatory. People can come in at any time.
Okay, then I wander over and close the doors.
Oh, here we go, my dear. I think I found something that should work for you. It's not very lead line, but it should help with the case. He pops out from behind the counter, puts the little crystal key in it, and hands it over to her.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can keep it safe and I'll always have something to remember my brother.
Well,
I
be
don't know if
safe.
I'll ever see him again.
But you should show it to the captain when he comes. It's just a few minutes from now, so I'll take you back up to the counter. We can meet him. But you should definitely show it to him. He knows a lot more than me. I'm sorry, Mr. Eric. What is it? He looks at the gun. That it's an M9. It's an M911, right?
It's a 1911.
Okay, so it looks like a normal gun to him.
Yeah. Reginald, please have a seat. My hand is not on the gun. It's just on the counter.
Are you trying to intimidate him or trying to
No.
get him to do something?
I'm just trying to get him to sit down, and I want him to know that I am basically disarming myself. Let's say I remove the clip, and I put it aside, and I've literally disarmed myself in front of him.
Just for reference, how do you make me a command roll? Because you're telling him what to do. I think your chances are 44. We'll just see, just for helping him react.
Sure. Here's another 78.
Okay.
No, hold on, I haven't rolled yet. Oh, 15.
Ooh.
All right. Yes, he closes the drawer. He steps out around the counter. Excuse me, Miss Cassidy. Walks over and sits right down across from you, very politely. Puts his hands on the table.
I have my hands on the table too, by the way. Reginald, please don't be scared.
Look. This is not a secure facility. We don't have any secrets to steal.
No. We're not here to steal anything. We're not here for anything that you think. Actually, what's going on here is far further than anything that you can imagine.
Look, I understand how spies work, and
Oh no, I'm not a spy either.
really, it's they always say that before they shoot you. I understand.
No.
I,
Where I come from, the United States is a federated republic, a democracy.
yeah, they say that a lot.
No.
I've read the
For real,
newspaper.
Zors. No, for reals. Look, I'm trying to be honest with you here. And I go, Cassidy, can you pass me the box, please? Or just put it on the table and open it. That, sir, is not irradiated. It's luminescent, yes, but it is a key.
He looks down at it very curiously.
Okay, it's a key.
If you say so, sir,
Yes,
I'll believe you with that. It's a
but
key.
this key only glows for very specific kinds of people that can take advantage of what it opens. I am perfectly willing to prove this to you if and show this to the people that you trust. But I just want to assure you we are not here to do you or your people absolutely any harm. Please mind the sincerity. I do not wish you any harm. Quite the contrary.
Well, um, if you have a gun, I'm going to assume that your friends here have guns, because that's how those things usually go. And so all matter of trying to boondoggle my mind with what you're trying to say, I do not have access to anything that's important. You're really threatening the wrong person. Now, if you want to talk to the captain, he'll be here in a few minutes, and I'm sure you can get him to understand this a bit more than me. I just work here. I file papers, and
Tell me
That's
more about.
perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Look, tell me more about this captain. What's he a captain of?
Captain Nussbaum used to serve in the military. He's a scientist. He just uses the rank. It sounds important, but he's really a nice person. He's been a great lead here. He's done a lot of great work on Sestra, and we're looking and working on solar telescopes now, and that's a big thing for him. It's a difficult technology. We're still trying to learn how to do that, and he's been involved recently in working with the scientists over in the German Republic as part of the treaty that the king signed. And
That sounds fantastic. I'm going to ask you some questions, some logical questions. Okay. If we were actually spies, do you think that we would be trained to be as inept at spying as we currently are? I mean, literally stepping out of the woods and waving at you.
well, to be honest, and I can be honest, right? You're not going to kill me.
Yeah. No. Please be honest.
You know what they say about Americans?
Okay. Fair enough. Where I come from, the Germans are the baddies. But that's
America's
neither here
done
nor
a
there.
lot of shit too.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, they're straight. That's true, but we're compared to some others.
Yes, the Americans do a lot of bad things, and we've been trying to deal with the slavery exports and even them kidnapping people in all kinds of different territories. And there are problems in Australia, there are problems in South America, and this new alliance they have with Japan, and the Nippon alliance, it worries all of us. And now we're fearing that the Russian Tsar is going to back out of this whole thing and hurt us with the Americans' help. We don't understand.
That
And so,
sounds like
frankly, a
horrible
bunch of
situation.
Americans come and talk to me and say they want to show me something. That sounds like you want to get something out of me. To be fair,
No. Look, I totally understand, and like I said, like I'm saying, I take no offense at what you're thinking. If our roles were reversed, I am certain that I would be filled with all kinds of doubts and misgivings about us, and I totally understand.
I
But the
feel
thing
like it would
is,
be
go ahead.
I feel like it would be faster to just show him where he came out of.
Well, I'm trying to do that, but I'm trying to do that in a non-threatening way, so he doesn't feel, uh, you know, like we're trying to lead him towards a trap. Um,
I really want to tell him that I'm a cargo plane pilot,
uh,
but
but what I'm telling you is that our our feeble attempt at subterfuge has been completely misdone, and I was hoping that we'd be able to just simply come in here and get some information about what we're wanting, which is simply where this place is in on your map. Uh, and
I can show you right to the Prime Meridian. If you want to follow me outside,
sure,
I will
sure, sure.
happily take you there and walk you back to your trees that you think are so important.
Okay,
you
that
want
would
to come
be
with us to the
fantastic.
trees? They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, they're pretty spiffy.
I oh,
They're neat.
Um,
blimey.
I
no, say it. Come on, say it.
I would actually like to take you and your captain to see this. Um, and if you want to bring friends to escort, that's fine too for your safety. I don't know what else to do to try to guarantee that we mean you no harm, but we do not.
Wait, hold on. Do we want to bring the captain? Like I don't know if the captain's
Yeah,
special.
we don't know if anybody
Oh,
but him is Fringeworthy.
yeah, but he can see somebody disappear and appear again and verify it.
True, I guess. Do we want to give 1949 Britain knowledge of the fringe paths?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, I'll tell you what, Jim. I'd like you to make me a fast talk roll, but you're going to have a 40-point bonus to your skill with all the help you're getting. So that'll give you 84. So don't screw this up.
$47.
Okay, so he didn't screw this up. That's great. All right. I will take you out to the Prime Meridian, and then I will take you over to the bench. And I'm going to get so much trouble with the captain for ignoring our appointment in 10 minutes.
I mean,
Okay.
Would it be all right if I left him a note telling him where I am?
Oh yeah, please.
Goes over, he gets up, and he sidesteps, keeping an eye on you and the gun, because he's still kind of nervous, and takes a piece of paper and pulls out a fountain pen. He starts to write. Okay. Then he folds it over twice and writes something on the top. Okay, I can leave this at the front counter for him, and we'll just go from there.
Can you show it to me, please?
It says being kidnapped by Americans. Please help.
He hands it over to you.
I read it.
Dear Captain, I may have been shanghaied by some Americans. We will be going to the copse of trees just past the Prime Meridian. We're leaving right now. You're supposed to be here in 10 minutes. He lives the time. Please be cautious. I know that they're armed.
I fold the note and I hand it to him. Let's go.
Wow.
I don't know what's happening.
That's really trusting. So he looks shocked, like, oh, they're either terrifying spies who are doing this on purpose, or they're
If I
actually nice
can't
people.
trust you, you can't trust me. Let's just do this.
I don't understand. All right. So he gets up and walks you out, walking in front of you, out to the front desk. My dear Leslie, would you leave this for the captain? We have to step away for a few minutes. Oh, sure. He'll be here in a few minutes anyway, so just hopefully come back as soon as you can. I hope so. He walks you out.
Pip, pip, cheerio.
He says, "I hope so," in his cheeriest voice possible, but he looks a little nervous. He
We'll
walks
be
you down the
fine.
stairs, and he walks you over to the Prime Meridian because it's actually kind of cool to see. And
Yeah.
so it's a nice
Mhm.
shot for the TV show. It's the line, it's all the markings around that side. And so just so you can see, very pretty, isn't it? We're very
Oh
proud
yeah,
of this.
Meridian Central Time Zone. Yeah,
And
it's
if you come with
fantastic.
me, we'll go back over to the trees that you need to go to.
Okay.
And he slowly walks you back to where the trees are at. It's going to take about 5 minutes to get there.
Okay.
It's not that far away. He walks you up to the bench where you were sitting. Here you
This
go.
is a nice bench.
Actually, I can see why you want to have lunch here. It's lovely.
Yeah.
All right, off to the tree.
Is Gerald just following us around, by the way?
Gerald's been sitting on the bench this entire time. He ate the rest of the kippers that this guy left there. He's curled up on the bench.
Come on, Gerald.
Oh, really? And Reginald he looks at the cat for just a second, shakes his head.
Now we found another Fringeworthy. We're doing a whole thing.
Come on, Gerald. Come up here. You don't have to walk.
Climbs on top and gets his money for Prince Oliver dress.
No, that little bastard. He's so cat.
I'll give him some little chin scritchies.
Reginald just looks nervous because this is really all very weird.
Yeah, isn't this weird? Yeah, it's totally weird.
This is Gerald, by the way.
Yes, we met earlier. You enjoyed my
Gerald,
fish.
say something. It is.
No.
Oh, you contrary little shit. Oh my god.
He's a cat.
Yeah. No.
No. And he licks his paws. Okay, so what is it you want to show me? It's in the
but-
trees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in that tree.
Doing something peaceful for him, say, doing some deep breathing. He's still afraid.
Okay.
And you're going to escort me up into the trees. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
trust. Look, yeah, we're not gonna hurt you. I promise. And actually, if you wanted to stay like a good 8-10 feet away, you guys still use feet, right? To ensure your safety, while we demonstrate this to you, that's totally fine too. I do not want to scare you.
All right. I'll walk with you out to the trees.
Okay.
Now, the copse of trees, it's got like quite a few trees in it. It's not tiny. You can't see the center where you guys came through from where the bench is.
Oh no, we're taking him. I want to take him up to the actual.
Right. I'm just telling you just the size. You just can't see the main warp
Yeah,
from
that's
the
fine.
bench. You guys walk him up to the warp?
Yep.
Oh. This is a very beautiful place. And the sunlight always comes down and hits it right.
I believe this is the reason why you were so attracted to this area. First time I saw one of these, it sort of drew me to it too. But let me know when we come inside of the tree.
You're right inside of the tree. He can see the rainbow glow, but he thinks it's just the light. That's why I thought it was that comment.
Reginald, if you could do me a favor and just simply touch this tree.
Well, I'm not much of an arborist, but the tree looks very healthy.
Here, take my hand, Reginald.
I'm afraid we're not that well acquainted.
No, just simply just put your hand on it. That's all I ask. And then if nothing happens, we walk back, we talk to your general, and we'll do whatever you say.
He puts his hand on the tree, and you see him pulled through.
And I go in after him right after.
Yeah, I also immediately follow.
Okay. He's screaming.
Yeah, understandable. So we're on the other side and he's just screaming?
Ah! But he sees the truck, and the truck looks normal. Sort of normal. So that he's moved
Reginald,
over to
Reginald,
it and he's
Reginald,
holding
calm
on
down.
to it.
Deep
Reginald,
breath.
calm down.
Deep
Deep
breaths.
breath.
Ready?
Deep breath.
In
Deep breath.
and out. And in and out.
This is the portal we were telling you about.
Here, have a lifesaver. It helps.
Yeah.
He crunches through it and swallows it because he doesn't know what it is.
Oh, you need the hard stuff. You need the wintergreen lifesaver.
No, I pull out a flask of whiskey and I open it up and I hand it to him.
He takes it from you and smells it, and
Single
he takes
malt, Islay whiskey.
he takes a sip, a longer sip, hands it back to you.
Well, that's our truck.
What kind of magic is this?
It's well, to you it seemed magic, but and actually it seems like magic to me because it's just super advanced technology.
Yeah, so apparently there were these aliens. I mean, not really. I mean, I don't know if they're really aliens. There were these other beings a long, long time ago, and they built this. And it's a way that we can travel all over the universe. But only certain people are able to use them because genetics or something. They
We
talked
don't
about
really
that
know.
part. I wasn't really paying attention. And I just wanted to go exploring. And so yeah, you're one of them. That's why this little rock glowed so much, because it can detect the presence of people who are able to use these portals. And I put it back in my pocket.
And we simply are explorers, just seeing what's on the other side of these mysterious portals. And we come here to this place because you and your culture or people seem to be the most amenable to our points of view. And we're looking for some missing people. And we just desperately need some help.
But I don't understand. I'm not anyone important.
I
That's
mean,
what I said before I went to one of these portals. But look, whatever makes you special, I don't know what it is. Whatever makes me special, hell, I don't know what it is. But simple fact of the matter is that somehow we're able to interface with these fantastic devices and seek out new life and new civilizations.
okay,
Uh,
Captain Kirk.
and to boldly go where no one has gone before. Shh, it's a great line, and I haven't heard it yet.
That's a good way to describe things, I guess. I should write
So,
that down someday.
so I we're not here to hurt anybody. We're not here to take over. We're not here to do anything. We just would like to find our missing people and get some just general idea of what we're dealing with and where we're going. And that's it.
He's really only about half paying attention. He's still rubbernecking because who wouldn't?
Right.
You need another snack? I can go get you something out of the truck. You want to go look in the truck? It's pretty cool.
So, what do you want me to do?
Look,
Join our team of intrepid explorers?
or simply just I just wanted to prove to you that we're not here. We're not from the country that you believe that we're from. We're not.
So you're saying you're not from the SSA?
No, we
No.
actually, until a very short time ago, we didn't know what the SSA was. We come from from a country that's called the United States of America. And like I said, we're a federated democracy, a republic.
Huh.
We
Are
fought
there
we
other
fought two
places like
world
this?
wars to ensure freedom and liberty. That's sort of what we're about.
Sometimes.
You have advanced technology?
For a
But I
few
saw the
years.
gun you had. That
we're
wasn't advanced technology.
No,
we're
that's
also our world is about 55 years in the future from where your world is.
Oh, so you have
But
flying cars
but
already.
ki-
That's amazing.
no.
Oh, you get gypped on the flying cars, dude. Seriously, they keep telling us that we're gonna have flying cars and they never come along, and it's a pain in the butt. Sure, we have the technology, but we just don't have the technology to stop people from crashing into each other in midair.
Yeah, but we got.
That makes sense. That
But
makes
we get a
sense.
Coyote engine with 800 horsepower, a turbo supercharger.
You could
and,
get
like,
you could
and,
get
like,
you
that's
could
yeah,
pretty
we,
cool.
we,
you
we
get
have some cars that are
700
very
horsepower
fast.
in a Jeep. Who the hell needs
zero
that?
to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Like on,
Overload, guys.
Did Chewie come? Did you guys come through the portal?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think out of order, out of character, I think we should avoid use of the word gypped because there are many connotations there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
good word to use.
Uh, Also, Lola's staying on the other side to make sure, see if someone's coming by. Because the captain might be coming over here in a couple of minutes.
Right. So actually, you're going to see an older gentleman in a military uniform with a walking stick and a little beret, and two other armed guards
Uh-oh.
walking towards the bench.
I think this is when Lola pops by and says, "So the captain's here to check on our friend."
You ready to go back through?
So, Reginald, what are you going to do here? It's your call.
I've never lied to the captain before.
Well, I'm not
Trust
saying we
me.
have to lie. Do you think that he's somebody that would help us?
You need proof. Can he come through the portal?
If he can, he can. Depends on what the device says. He can watch us basically walk in and out of a tree, but that's all I can guarantee.
Any other kind of proof? Technology, maps, something that would show him you're not
I
from.
have a copy of Howard Zinn's history of the Americans. Whatever the fuck it's called. The People's History of the U.S. Is that what it's called? That one. I have that one.
That just doesn't really help us. Like, what's that going to prove to him?
And be like, "Wow, a
It might
fiction
as-
book."
It might as well be
Yeah.
a book of fiction. You might as well
Actually,
give him
Reginald, let's start looking to this truck. Let's see if we can find something that would do the trick.
Yeah,
Well,
they
you
put my list out.
you know what we could do? We could just drive the Humvee through the gate and show
True.
them the Humvee.
Is there
especially-
room for the Humvee through the gate? I don't want to take out a bunch of trees if we don't
There
have
is a
to.
room for the Humvee, not for the truck.
Especially if they just see a Humvee appear out of nowhere, that's kind of proof that something's going on. Like,
I think that's a great idea.
Like,
And not only that, but the car itself would provide us some protection.
Sure. I am gonna put on my helmet though because I think they did have guns.
Yeah, helmet and body armor, I think is important now.
You're putting on
Okay.
your other clothes, which is going to freak him out even more. Women with pants. Women with flak jackets and helmets.
Well, and the Humvee won't.
Well, that's just as bad as bad, but women wearing male clothing and changing pretty much right in front of him.
Reginald, I'm in the Air Force,
You told me that, yes.
but like for
Like,
real.
you fly crop dusters.
No, I fly cargo planes, the big ones.
Actually, she's an astronaut.
I'm actually training to be an astronaut.
Wait, have you gone to space on your planet yet?
No. There's been talk about it for years, but there's not enough money to really research that.
Yeah, we don't have the
When-
second moon, but we landed on the first one.
Yeah.
If you could prove that, that'd be amazing.
Space race, JFK, Sputnik, Cosmo.
Jeff K. Who names an airport Jeff K?
Well, when you're driving through Dallas and somebody shoots you and your brains come out, they name a bunch of shit after you.
Looks with the vulgar language like, what?
All right.
Well, let's get this crank started.
Yep. Craig. When you go through the portal, batteries die. So anything
Really?
electronic that we take through
it'll take a time to charge it back up.
Why can I not find your guys' equipment list?
Oh, did any of us? No, that wouldn't work because it's too early. We don't have that yet.
Let's see, wacky things in there. Solar recharger.
I mean, the MREs have dates on them. Their
Can I spend
MREs
some
are
PowerPoints
the MREs aren't in cans. They're in vacuum sealed bags.
Can I spend some PowerPoints to say that I brought my Game Boy?
You couldn't really charge it, but sure. You
We
could
could charge it in the
just,
car.
It would just wipe out every single time.
Yeah. But I'm certain I could plug it to the lighter of the
A Game
car.
Boy would actually be like if we're talking old school Game Boy.
2008 Game Boy. It'd still be a DS.
Yeah, but
It'd
even
be-
a DS, they have solid state. The
That's
games
right.
are on solid state discs. They're not on like flash drives, so they wouldn't get wiped. You have to charge the batteries, and then they would work.
We'll explain the future with Pokemon.
Yeah, there you go.
We just shouldn't tell them it's a Japanese game.
No, we do Tetris.
Tetris is Russian. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Would I be able to do that?
Honestly,
We have-
you could definitely do that. I tell you, you can spend one PowerPoint and make that happen. That's
All right.
part of your equipment now. Actually, the guns would be just alone to a military person would freak him the hell out.
Yeah, but I'm trying to do it in a way that isn't a threatening or militaristic way. And I know he's a general and all, and that's a good thing. But
Chewie's
I'm trying to keep
thermite.
this mellow.
Chewie's thermite. Let's see. And of course the RPG launchers, because that's actually far in the future.
I do have a solar calculator, like the classic.
Yeah, we have
But
solar calculators.
There is a solar charger, which would be amazing to them.
All right, solar charger would work.
Solar charger, guns, RPGs, calculators, the history book of fiction, and a Humvee.
Yeah, we just have a freaking Humvee. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys load that stuff into the Humvee, and you're gonna get the Humvee and just drive it through.
Slowly.
Okay. So he'll get in with you into the front passenger seat, I guess.
Sure.
This is very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not a
it's-
Either
vehicle designed for
individual
comfort.
seats.
It's military.
It's military.
It's built for ruggedness.
That
Yeah.
explains the individual seats.
Yeah.
So, does it run on petrol? Or? That's
Yes,
so
it
strange.
runs on diesel.
Diesel.
Oh,
Although we're trying to phase that out. That whole burning fossil fuel things turns out to be a very bad thing.
it does smell very bad. Yes.
No, it
Okay.
actually ruins the atmosphere and raises the temperature of the planet globally to the point where polar ice cap starts melting and bad things happen.
So, you drive, Chewie, you drive right through the portal.
Yep.
Okay. Go up the ramp. Go right through it. Come right up the tree into the small area. There's some room to maneuver around these trees. It'll take a bit of work, but you can actually get the vehicle out of the trees onto the ground if you needed to. And let's see where they are at this point. If I roll under a 30, they're right there. Oh, look, I rolled an 18.
Cool. So they just see the
Mm.
car drive out of a tree.
So yeah, you guys pull through, and you pull through, and of course it feels really weird in the car because you're going 5 miles an hour, but now it's 15. And you see the two guards who actually don't have their guns out; they're just looking. And this vehicle they've never seen before pulls through. Space age vehicle pulls through.
It's got a bunch of antennas on it because we've been using it for like long wave radio too when we're
Yeah.
out.
And both of them unsling their rifles and point them at the vehicle.
I
And they
wouldn't
ba-
do
and they
that if
back
I
up.
were you.
And they
No,
back
I
It's
up.
basically-
bulletproof.
I put both my hands out. I put both my hands out the window to show that. Then I just sort of use my knee to unlock it and just slowly come out of the car with my hands out. I go, Reginald, you want to come out
Captain?
here?
He steps out. Gents, it's okay. It's okay, I promise. It's okay, I promise. We're all safe. They're not going to hurt anybody. This is a car. Yeah, we figured that out. Captain! And so the captain is coming up to the trees, and he's got his swagger stick out, and he's looking, and he stops a good, probably 50 feet away, as he sees the vehicle. Chaps, what is that? Who is that? What's going on? Reginald?
And basically, I turn around to the captain and I stand at attention. I salute.
He unclips the clip over his revolver, and he's got his hand over it. What
Hi.
is going on here?
We just drove a truck out of a tree.
They're right, sir. It just came out of nowhere, out of that, right where that tree is. They probably pushed it through. It didn't make any sound, and now it's making some sounds like some kind of motor.
I go, Captain, if we could just put those barrels towards the ground, we could sit down and discuss this rationally.
You will understand if I am a bit skeptical.
I'm
Reginald,
not saying put the arms down. I'm just saying don't point them directly at us for now.
Reginald, come
Nice.
over here right now. Let go of my man.
Oh, go ahead. I mean, we're not holding him at all. He's free to go.
No, Captain, they're actually good people. They have American accents. We cannot trust them. You know that, son. He has that but dad look on his face. Reginald does. Now stand back. All right, men. Makes that look. And they lower their rifles a bit lower, but they're ready to go anytime.
Yeah.
Now,
That's fine.
These are single shot rifles. They're not going to hurt anybody with your body armor on. They may sting, but they're not gonna kill anybody unless they hit you in
I'm
the face.
very much still gonna pretend that I'm afraid of the guns. But
I'll
yeah,
come out.
I am.
I'll come out with, and I'll keep my hands up. Hi. We don't need to shoot each other. It's cool.
Now, you're all wearing your normal fatigues and such,
Mm-hmm.
so you look like military personnel, just to make certain.
Lola's still hanging out in the truck just in case.
Right. All right. What's all this then?
Well, this is a standard issue military Humvee.
I think you should start with who you are, where you're from, and what you're doing on my on my observatory grounds.
Captain, my name is Lieutenant Eric Paulson, United States Navy. We come from another place in time that does not really pertain to this place. We lost some personnel who were scouting out an area that it's somewhere on this planet, not I don't even know where. We think maybe South America, and we're simply looking to retrieve our people, and we're seeking assistance.
I'm gonna
We
check
have
for
brought
one of the-
items to try to convince you of the veracity of our claim. I know it is ridiculous and absurd, but
Sir, if you don't mind, it sounds like what the Americans went through with that crash in the desert. You be quiet now.
Crash in a desert? Sorry. Captain Cassidy Wagner, National Aeronautics
Cassie-
and Space Association.
Cassie is allowed to make a history roll.
Oh, I know what crash you're talking about.
You can just spit
58.
it out because if you know Chew, you'd know.
No, Chewy
58.
doesn't know, but I know.
58
I
was
rolled
that
a
success?
58.
Exactly.
That's success.
What is my history? The right place. History. 35.
Okay,
So
you
no.
failed. All right. If you want to make a check, anyone can make a check if they have history at this point. I'll let y'all
Sure,
make a
I'll
check.
try.
Even Chewie can.
I know exactly what they're talking about.
I don't. Chloe doesn't know what it is.
Y'all.
Also, that's not. Unless it's art history, I don't know what this is.
You make it at a 20% penalty.
That would fail then. Still,
Oh, back to the 70s. I'm great.
I want to spend power points.
I don't have enough to
Nope.
spend anymore.
There's no
I've
reason
been
for,
using
there's
them.
no reason for Chewie to know what this is. There's every reason for Cassidy to know what this is. Spin the goddamn PowerPoints.
Okay, I'll spend the PowerPoints. Now I don't have
God.
any more.
That's okay. That's okay.
You're an astronaut. You know
One-
this.
Well, technically 3 words. Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay. Now that you say it, duh. But I thought crash in the desert, Chile desert where we lost everybody. Chilean desert where we lost everybody. That's the connection that my brain made. Yeah. What about that crash in the desert, sir?
It looks like he's not saying anything.
We're not here to try to extract intelligence from you, Captain. We are simply now going to try to prove to you that we are not lying to you. And if we have gained some of your trust, then perhaps we can have that discussion. Does that sound agreeable
And
to you, sir?
how are you going to demonstrate this?
Well, we've brought certain items to display to you that are that don't belong in this place and time.
So you have ray guns to shoot us, like all these
You know,
spectacular science fiction stories.
So
no,
No, ray gun technology has not been
I
developed yet.
turned the laser sight on my rifle.
Shit. So you grab
Chewie.
your rifle and you turn your laser sight on.
Chewie!
Yes.
So the second you grab your rifle, both men, the guns come right up and they're pointed right at you.
I'm not pointing my rifle at him, but I turned the laser sight on.
You see a little dot of red light.
A little line of red light.
yeah, but they also see a firearm that is like nothing they've ever seen.
Yeah, that is a terrifying thing to see. Is like, what the hell is that?
I mean, might as well be a ray gun at this
It might as
point.
well be. It's all tricked out with mods and lights and every other goofy thing that a gun dweeb would have.
We have
Gamer
other
rifle. Gamer
less
rifle.
threatening technology we can show you as proof, but
All right, Bob. I want you to make me an etiquette roll with actually a fast talk roll. Fast talk roll with fast talk roll with a plus 40% because you're using a very strange looking thing,
All right.
and it's way out of place and it's scary. So,
All right. Oh wow! I rolled a 12, which wouldn't have won without the plus 40%.
So pull that out. You don't pull the firing pins. They don't know what that is. They realize it's not a threat.
I don't point it at anybody, but I do have a very fancy looking rifle that shoots a beam of red light out of it.
And Reginald says, "You see, Captain, you know what they've been working on at the university.
Lasers?
Be
Yeah.
quiet. Be quiet. You can hear the period between be and quiet.
light applications to stimulated radiation, sir, a laser. That although not potent enough to do any damage, you put the dot on something and the bullet surely follows.
It doesn't actually it follows it though because you're aiming the gun at that point, not because it's
Right.
like connected to the laser beam.
You don't need to tell him that.
We haven't figured that out
You
yet.
don't need to tell him that.
Yeah, we really don't. But
If you'll come with me, we can discuss all of this in my office and not out here in the open."
and I go, and turns around and says, I'll go with him. I don't see there's any reason why all of us should go. What are the thoughts? Anyone?
No, I think you
I
should
think we
all
should. Yeah, we should go together.
split the party, split the party, split the party.
All right.
We should lock up the truck though.
Yeah, but actually put the truck back.
I don't know if they'll let us put the truck back.
No, they can't
The
stop
truck
us.
is still idling. You
They
didn't
can't
turn it
stop
off.
us. They just put it in reverse and drive it back through the gate.
Yeah. Just yeah. And
Lola is
if
still in the truck. Or in the Humvee.
yeah, Lola, if you could just hit reverse, put the truck back, and then come
Yeah.
back out. I'd
is
rather
that-
just not leave all of our
Yeah,
technology.
I back it up.
Okay, you climb into the front seat. You the manual. I can do this. Clutch, gas, go. Of course, the wheels spin. It chugs, and it goes. It just takes off at full speed back into the tree. And they're like, "Oh!" And it doesn't make any sound, and it disappears.
Yeah.
Well,
If you wanted
I
convincing proof.
see.
And then
As
I
I
hop back
s-
out.
You hop back out. So you
Magic.
leave,
Parked.
you leave the Humvee parked partially on the ramp. You get out and walk back through the tree. Oh, all right. So come with me, please.
All right, I follow.
The soldiers point the way with their guns. And the captain turns with Reginald. He kind of pushes him rather brusquely, and you all start walking.
I apologize, Captain. Please don't blame Reginald for any of this. We coerced him into aiding us in this, and he insisted that we speak to you.
Captain is very peeved. It's very obvious he's peeved.
He was just
So-
simply sitting in the wrong place at the wrong time.
The soldiers bring their rifles down, as you guys don't seem to be a threat, even though Chewie's carrying that gun still. I'm assuming you're carried out
Mm-hmm.
and open. All right. So you march out of the trees, and you get just past where the bench is. And hold on. There is a crack, and one of the soldiers goes down, and you all recognize that as gunfire.
Hmm.
Get down!
And
Yeah.
that's where we're going to end for this week.
Hmm.
Actually, if I hear the gunfire and the captain has not hit the deck, I will grab him and take it down with me.
Well, we'll handle that next week
All right, sounds good.
as we come to a close for the night. I thank you all for joining us. Sorry, I didn't get some data here real quick. Page after page after page after. So, with that, we're going to need to pause the story for a week as our time has come to an end. I am Mike Leader. I have been your storyteller for this game, Fringeworthy. Please make sure to check out my link tree, which I'm going to post in the chat for more information on this game and my other projects like Collider's Academy, coming soon to a LARP near you.
I'm
Also
excited
make-
for that one.
Hopefully, we're doing it at Jim's convention coming up. So, also make sure to turn in Stolen Fires each week here on Twitch each week for multiple games, like Public Access on Thursdays, and I think we have more games to come soon, and we're working on a schedule for that. I think I may be running a second game if we need to. So, players, please tell us who you are and who you were tonight, as well as any information about what projects or things you're working on right now. Chloe, Bob, Leslie, and Jim.
Okay, I am Chloe. You can find me at Chloe Serena on co-host or Instagram. I think this is my big public thing, being on the stream. So if you want to find me, you can find me those places, or you should definitely come back next Monday night. And I've been playing Lola, aka Lady Platinum.
Yeah, I'm Bob. I play Chewy, and I don't do social media, so right on.
Good for you.
Um, I am Leslie. I am playing Captain Cassidy Wagner, and I it's soup season, and I am making soup every week. And if you want to follow my soup making adventures, you can check out my Instagram at tuperoesfeo. Um, that's pretty much my handle on anything if you want to go find me somewhere else. But yeah, I think we're having macaroni and cheese soup this week.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice. I dig that. And the person that digs that is Jim Sandoval, which is me. I play Eric Paulson. You can find me on X at plus 10 to awesome. Also, I am the head of RPGs and on the board of directors of the Strategicon series of events. If you're interested in doing some tabletop gaming 3 times a year here in Southern California, go ahead to strategicon.net and check us out.
I'll post that link for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I think a couple of us are going to be at Strategicon coming up. I'm probably running Collectors Academy as a LARP and a tabletop, and a bunch of other things too. I think all of us are probably going to show up there at this point.
Kazay is going to be there, and he's going to put a huge LARP up.
Yeah, I believe he's doing a pirate LARP. I know I've already been shanghaied into it.
So have I.
That's how it goes.
Pirate LARP.
Yeah, pirate LARP.
Apparently, I get a
Ooh.
dramatic death scene, which makes me very happy.
Ooh.
Well, it's David's
only
LARP,
thing-
so we're all going to get dramatic death scenes.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
only thing I ever LARPed was Spirit of 77.
Ah, that's the same guy, Dave
Yeah.
Kazay.
Yeah.
It's
Dave's
fantastic game.
Dave's
Dave's
cool.
awesome.
We
But
had banana guns.
He's a high school friend of mine, so
yeah, he's one of the guys. And you know, again, it's a great convention for those who haven't gone. It's come a long way in the past many years that I've been there because I've been going since 1990. So we look forward to it every year. Anyway, I appreciate everyone's time. Thanks for coming out to watch the game tonight. I'm glad those of you who had a chance to post in chat enjoyed it. I know we don't interact with chat enough because we're too focused on this, but we do appreciate you coming out and cheering us on. And I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the cliffhangers because, again, I'm one of those people. I was born from an era where with shows like Doctor Who, which was you'd have 4-part stories and they were all cliffhangers. And so as a child, I picked those up, and it's just part of my life now.
yeah, I'm a Tom Baker baby. That's my doctor, and he always will be.
Same here. There wasn't a scream or an alien shooting at somebody. It wasn't a Saturday night.
That's exactly right.
Anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. We'll see you all next Monday night at 7 p.m. Looking forward to it. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you all.
Good night.